it's morning.
It's self-care show. It's all about
It is.
self-care.
I already feeling good. I already have a vibe. I
Yes.
already feels good. I
No,
feel good. Yeah.
the whole idea about self-care is that you
Yep.
have to laugh. The first thing you must do about self-care is to make sure you're laughing. If you're not laughing, then it's not self-care.
No. No.
If you're not having fun, it is not self-care. And so you must have fun. So that's why we come to you. Value yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you see how much value my husband put on me. I was his movie star, right?
Oh, oh.
Yeah, that is his value. And then my value, I was bigger than the movie stars.
Okay. What's your value? I want to know.
So
Can you share with us?
how I value self, how I value myself.
Yes.
I do what I want, when I want, how I want. And with my husband, I would ask him, I would say to him, so would you like to do this? And he said, anytime I start a sentence with so, would you like to do this? He said, you have already decided we are doing it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he knew it.
Yeah, he said, from the minute you say so, would you like to do this? He said, he knows that I have already decided we are going to do this. And so it was always, anything that was adventurous was we, and it was coming from me. Anything that was normal and fun, relaxation, and close knit was his idea. So he was contented to relax, sit in the garden. Don't ever pick up a weed, but make sure he knows how many tomatoes he can have for today. And how many, like he loved beans, he would cook it or just steam it and add butter and pepper and sit there and have it. So he valued himself by doing this. But what I value about me the most is that I enjoy life. I just enjoy being alive.
I can tell. I can really tell, Tessa.
I just enjoy
Yeah.
every day. I don't know. I see nothing that would stop me from enjoying a day. I know there are things that can happen and things that do happen.
Yes.
But I have that attitude, like I can't fix this. And so I take life like this. I do not, I mean, the children, I have given them the information they need to be responsible adults. If they make choices that is affecting their life, I want them to realize it's their choices, not mine. Therefore, it's not my responsibility. I will support you, but I value myself by knowing it's my time with you as your guardian and your guide is over.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So I value myself by putting the boundaries. I love you. I'll respect you. I'll support you. I'll babysit for you when I can, if I want to. I love and adore my grandchildren, but I value me. I value knowing that I did it already. So I value, for example, Kylie is always here, my granddaughter, and Kylie, I do not discipline Kylie. I informed her parents that
you do not.
No,
that's
I do
because
not.
you don't think that's going to add your value.
No,
respect your value.
No, I'm a grandmother. I'm supposed to let her do what she wants. When she goes home, they can fix it. Whatever is wrong.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I get it. Yeah.
I want when she comes to my house that she knows she comes to Grammy house. It's free range. She can do what she wants, when she wants. She can eat what she wants. She can have me carry her around. She can jump up and down on my bed. She can take my shoes and put it on her feet and walk around. I don't care. And my daughter goes, Mom, she's going to fall. I said, oh, yeah? Well, catch her. And then
I like that. I like that.
If she wants something like the other day, just for fun, I don't eat store-bought food. I bought her a big bag of finger fries from McDonald's, and I held it in there, and I stood there. And she took one at a time, and she ate it. And her mother said, don't you think it's enough? I said, no, but when she has enough, she'll stop.
Yeah.
And I just stood there. And when she had enough, she said, no more. And then she said, water. I gave her water. And like she said, outside, Grammy outside. I said, sure. We came in the garden. She had 2 tomatoes. She was jumping up and down. And I don't care. She took her shoes off. She took turned the hose on her head. I am there. I'm watching her, and my daughter is going completely crazy. And I said, no, these are memories. She will always remember this is the house she comes to, and she could do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
So that's
Wow. I
but
love that. I love
no,
that. And you know what? I will probably, when I become grandma, maybe one day, hope, maybe, but I probably like, yeah, I remember that Tessa-Marie used to talk like that
no.
way. Like, I'll just do probably, I'm gonna be those grandmas. I want to be those grannies, right?
Yes, you have to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun. And
My
I can have fun.
Yes, my grandson, I taught him how to skate, how to swim, how to ride his bike, how to canoe. I took him down the river. I did things for him that I know he has going to always remember. And if we had a disagreement because he was older, I would tell him, well, how do you feel about this? I'd give him the way I treated his dad. I would say, well, sort it out because it's your responsibility. I'm fixing it for you. So things like that. But you have to value yourself enough to know when to let go of people. That is the first thing. You
Yes,
do not
I
value.
agree.
This is the first thing for women or men. There is a time you have to let them make their decisions. And if you are constantly implementing your idea, your decision, or giving it to them, then you are preventing them from being a human being with choices. So that's what I
I
see.
agree. Yeah. Wow. I love that. I love that. So you give them more like freedom.
Well, after they graduated high school, the rest of the journey belongs to them. I can
Yeah.
guide. I can guide. That's all
Yeah.
I could do. And I was
Yeah.
hoping the information I gave them will take them through. Apparently, it worked for me and my three. But the grandchildren, I will spoil them. I am not going to discipline them. It's not my job.
No, it's not your job.
No, it's
Well,
not
you
my
are
job.
adding yourself to
Yes.
a value to yourself by
Yes.
doing that,
Hmm.
right?
My job is to create memories. My job now is to create memories, only memories. Just like they have their memories of their grandparents, so I have mine.
Yeah.
So,
So,
that's my first thing. That's one of the things I do. I value myself by I set boundaries. I choose what I want to do and what I don't want to do. I do not go places I do not enjoy being.
yes, yeah, of course, yeah. I get
I
it. Yeah.
I say no. I said no. My mom used to say Tessa-Marie has a habit of saying no. It is so final. I would just say no. And I really just go, no. I do not want to. So I I don't know. I really enjoy being the person I am, and I wouldn't change anything about my past because that is what made me me. Um, my excuses, my responsibilities, my when I made mistakes, when I felt I didn't make a mistake, when somebody told me you made a mistake, I would say okay, and I'd look at it. So I've done that. So now it's just to enjoy myself. I value my freedom. I value my body. I value my health. I value all my senses, and I work to keep them healthy. I will do anything to feel good.
So what you got from your stories, what you got from by adding value to yourself, you're enjoying. I mean, not now, but you're enjoying your life.
I am. My son told me the other
That's a
day.
great reward, though.
It is, but it took
Yeah,
time. It took a lot of time and effort and determination and
yeah.
the ability to stand up for myself. I chose to stand up for myself. I didn't let people walk over me. But
That,
my son told me that the day he was talking to his friend, and the friend said the mother wants them on the home all the weekend. He said, well, I'm glad my mother behaved so badly on IG Live that she has. I said, you did? He said, I told them, you see, my mom, she's so busy that my sisters have to make appointments to see her. I said, that's not true. He said, but mom, I much rather the way you are than if you were sitting at home waiting for Jillian and Vanessa and I to call you.
yeah.
That's
You
what he
know what?
said.
Yes, that breaks my heart. Like you just, if say my mom may be wondering, how come Hugo that doesn't call me? How come, like, the Hitomi doesn't call me? How come so and so, they don't call me? That breaks my heart, right? I'd rather my mom to enjoy what she wants to do.
Yes, you have to
Yeah,
value yourself. A man or woman, you must value yourself. And that is the family, as you get older, is where you lose a lot more of your value of self as you get older.
interesting. Yes,
Bec-
yes.
because all of a sudden, these people that you were able to guide and put safeguards for are telling you, you are not, you need help. That I don't think you should be doing this. I don't think you should be doing that. And I'm going, when did the roles change? So when I'm going to take wood for the fireplace, so I'm doing something,
Hmm.
somebody's running ahead of me and saying, I'll do it. I say, well, listen to me. When I am unable to do it, I will call you or I'll hire someone to do it. So now that I can do it, let me do what I would like to do.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so and that's you have to just stand up on your 2 feet.
That's so true. That's
You
you gotta have a courage to stand up on your feet or to
yes.
stand up for yourself, to value yourself. I've been working on it. I used to be the person, I mean, used to be. I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect, but it's like I couldn't say no. It's that's not good to add value for myself, to value myself, right? I couldn't say no. And it wind up just like end of the day, I just like, oh, why did I say no? And I
No.
put myself down. And then I couldn't enjoy actually. Maybe I show up somewhere to somebody's friend's party or something, and I just didn't want to go. I'd rather stay home and watch Tessa-Marie's live or something like that too, right?
Yeah.
But I couldn't say no. I say yes to please that person, to please friends or friends, not pleasing myself. And wind up and go there, I just like whole time, I just like, why I'm here. I don't really care about those people's conversations. I want to go home.
You
Like I
think,
spent like couple hours just like
you
thinking
think,
like that.
you think.
Yeah, like so. And then when I used to come home and my self value is like, shh,
it's
go down.
it's done, right? So
Yeah,
that's I'm going to move. I'm in the sun. Too much sun for me today.
is
So
it
I'm moving.
sunny over there? It's still
Yeah,
cloudy here.
it's so sunny. You see, look at my face. I no matter where I go, the sun, this backyard is loaded with sun. No, I
Oh,
I, I I agree with you.
yeah,
I agree. I do not do that. I tell people all the time that one of the things that you have
yep,
to do is to know your value, know who
yeah.
you are, and stand for yourself because nobody is going to do that for you.
No,
You know, and you know what?
takes
No,
courage. Takes lots of courage.
knowing your value is not only about the family and the home. For example, somebody once said to me not too long ago, can you give me a testimonial?
Yeah.
And I said,
And what
no.
did you say?
I,
Of course. Very sorry. That was a like dumb questions. I knew you were gonna say no.
I said no. I said no. And the person said, why not? I said, well, why would I give you a testimonial? What have you done with me or for me that I can say you are who you say you are? And they say, oh, you can just do it. No, I cannot just do it. I'm putting my name down to say that you are something I have
Hmm.
no idea you aren't. You are
Hmm.
or you are not. So giving a testimonial to somebody or somebody, you have to be sure that you're putting your name
Yes.
on that piece of paper
Yeah.
or or wherever.
Yeah.
So if you do that and the person does not live up to what you say, how do you manage when somebody else wants one that really truly you can do? What are you going to do? Because no others are saying, oh no, she gave that person a testimonial and they're hopeless. Don't take it from her. So all of this is valuing yourself. You have to, you don't do something because somebody said do it. You have to do it because
That's
you
right.
you value it, right?
Yep.
So that's
I
what I
totally
mean.
agree. Yeah, I totally agree. When you ask me, you go, you want to do Sunday self-care? I have no idea. Like, like it's like self-care Sunday show. And then I was so scared because I didn't know I could provide value to you and everybody,
But
right?
but
But
you
I just
didn't.
like, yeah, I did it because I knew somewhere in my mind I had a question. If this offer is going to add you value to myself, for
Yes,
myself,
yeah,
or not? And
and
my
that,
answer was clearly yes.
and that's why I tell people
Yeah,
always, when you're taking an action, when you're making a decision, you ask yourself this question.
ask yourself.
That question is, like you said, is that going to bring me further away from my goals or my desire, or closer to my desire? Is this going to add value to me as a person, or is it going to take value away from me?
Mm-hmm.
You have to do that. We are
Yeah,
too complacent, and just because we want to save face and we do not want people to dislike us, we will say yes. And when we, in our hearts of heart, we are in pain and we are thinking, I
yeah,
shouldn't have, I just shouldn't have. But
yeah, yeah.
by then it's too late.
Yep. Once you said yes,
It's
you
too
gotta find
late.
some way somehow,
You have,
right?
yes, you have
To work it
given,
through. Yeah.
yeah, you have given your word, and your word is your bond.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you have to respect that. So when you value yourself, if somebody calls you on the phone, for example, and all they do is dump and drain on you, what do you do?
Yeah.
You know, for you to keep taking it and getting the same results all the time, that is pure insanity. That phone call is not going to lead anywhere else.
No. So I want to maybe ask the people, like, when those situations, what are you going to do? Like those, I want to ask our friends, right? Are you the one just like putting like this on the phone and then not paying attention, but you're just like, uh-huh, 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 all right, all right, all right. Or you just say, you know what? Thank you for calling, but, and you have a courage to, to stand, respect your time.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
thank you for
yes.
calling, but
Hmm.
you know what? I am so sorry. Like, you don't need to fight, but you have to tell. Like,
Yes,
it's, you always call me. I understand you need to hear, you want somebody to listen, but I think I'm not really into the time and spending time with you. That I always say that too, because if I'm not into it, it's rude to you. When I spend time with you, make sure I want to have a valuable time with you. So please do not maybe spend the time like that. I say, even if sometimes the clients, I decided to, like, just go in different way, I tell them too. So it takes a courage, but you know what, that add value to myself because I had a courage to stand up for myself, and I give them a value because now I'm not rude to them.
that's right. It's
Yeah,
right.
so two choice, I think, usually two choices.
Yes,
Yeah,
I used to be the person that would listen. I used to be the person that would take the phone and
yep,
put it down and walk away. I used to do this.
yeah,
And one day I say, hell no, I don't want to listen to this. Not one word of it. So I went and I just said, I am done. If your conversation is going to be about the same thing
mm-hmm,
that you're talking about for the past 600 months, I am not going to be part of it again.
mm-hmm,
And that's what I said.
yeah,
And once I said that, she realized I wasn't going to do it again. So when she calls me, I talk to her, and if it's going sideways, I say I have to go. I must go. And I just hang up and I tell her I have to go. I'll talk to you another time.
mm-hmm,
So that, you have to know, you have to choose, because if it's going to make you feel bad for hours after, then why do it?
yeah. It's not even good for you
It's
either.
not good for you. It's not good
You
for
wind
you.
up make yourself sick sometimes.
Yes, you
I
do.
see so many people, like they're just starting to get afraid of people. I mean, like just get so nervous and create anxiety. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh my gosh, it's her again. It's him again.
But
But
I,
if I
but
don't talk, okay. And then what creates like stomach ache or like some kind of anxiety?
look at what Don said. Let them vent and let them vent and text the matter. They don't, Don. They don't. When you can go to voicemail, they say, "Oh, I was just calling you because I needed to tell you something." And I'm going, no, it's the same
No.
thing you told me yesterday. Your
Yeah.
husband is not nice. I know that already. So
Same
figure it
stories.
out. Yeah, figure it out. So sort it out. So this is what people have to understand. We all have to value ourselves to the point, and it doesn't start outside of the home. It starts in the home. If you can do it with those you love, you're going to do it with those that you like, and you will do it at work. When somebody is taking advantage of you, you have to be able to say no. I had enough. I had a receptionist that got promoted once, and she every time they needed somebody to cover the front desk, they called her, and she thought it was too hard. She was given 2 hours a day to this,
Hmm.
and she has her own new job to look after. So she came to me, and she said to me, can you talk to the staff, because every time they need somebody to cover the front desk, they come to me. I said, no, I can't do that for you. And she said, why? I said, because you have to let them know you are no longer the receptionist and you do not have the time now to do this.
Hmm.
So I said, you have to say no. I cannot say no for you. I said, you want me to come down with a stick on them when you have the stick in your hand? Just say no. I have a new responsibility now, and it's demanding. It's taking more of my time. When
Yeah.
I give all of that, devote all of that time to the reception area, my work suffers, and I cannot do that. She did. She told them, and they stopped. They let her go. But because she was willing to let them ride her like a donkey, they were doing it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so valuing yourself is not only saying no, or saying what you want, what you prefer, what you desire. That is not all. Valuing yourself is huge.
Very much. Yeah.
Your actions alone is big. Valuing yourself by taking actions to do something for yourself. So you don't like how you feel. You've ate something and it doesn't go with you. So value yourself
Oh
enough
yeah.
next time not to ingest it.
No. No.
Just don't take it. So what do you think of that?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. You kind of show the example is it's come not from outside house. It's sometimes inside the house too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's an example, my story of I, the moment I valued myself, I stood up for me. Like I am, I used to believe I would multitask, and I thought it's family comes first. I have three men live in the house. And then I used to do everything, work all day long, come home, used to do all the housework. And even if weekends, I was so busy in the weekends, but yet, end of the day, I cook dinner for them. Okay, weekends. And then the men, my boys, they weren't busy in the weekends because they're off from work, they're off school. And then me just like work all day long and just like, okay, I start cooking. Everybody else watching TV on the couch, whatever. I just like, why am I doing this to me? Like I'm not adding any value of myself. I started getting mad at them and mad
Yeah.
at me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like, what should I do? What should I do? It took me a week to get an answer. And then one day, a Friday night, I told everybody to just sit around the table, dining table. And I just like, from now on, I am no longer cooking. I'm not going to cook weekends. I'm going to call it, what is it called? And then just kids said, oh my gosh. Oh, I just like, I'm going to call those weekends, it's survival nights. And my youngest one, 8, right? My oldest
Mm-hmm.
one is 12. And they just like, okay. But I think my husband is kind of shocking a little bit too,
Of course.
right? But
Yes.
if they're 8 years old, they can even make grilled cheese sandwich. or
Mm-hmm.
whatever was I had George Foreman grill.
Yep.
They can make something for 2 days, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They can survive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I been sticking to that great routine or great my winning, I don't know, something. But it's been a long time, but I am still proud of myself.
Of course.
Yeah, so
You,
that add
yeah.
value, value, I add value myself
Yes,
to
you told
myself.
them you were worthy. You weren't a horse. You weren't working in the fields. I used to come home from work and all day Saturday, I'm cleaning the house.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. I'm cleaning. I'm doing, and my kids all have in going into the university have part-time jobs. But
Mm-hmm.
nobody would clean the washroom, the
Yeah.
sinks, more than one washroom to take care of. All of that. It was a mess. I said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I sat them down, including my husband. And I say, I am going to hire a cleaning lady, and
Yep.
each of you are going to take turns to pay for her
Yeah.
be- because I cannot keep doing this. I
Yeah.
am not a workhorse. Every Saturday, that's all I do.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I have more laundry to do. And Vanessa started doing the laundry at the age of 9 for the entire family, and she kept doing it. But I made them take turns to pay for the cleaning lady. I got the
Mm-hmm.
cleaning lady, and then when they all left, I kept her. I still have her. But what happened is that I that's all I did.
Yeah.
And then another thing I noticed on Saturday after doing all that cleaning, Mom, can you pick me up at work? Mom, can you take my laundry, my cleaning? Mom, and I said, no, 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 no. And now I am a taxi driver. So you know what I did, and they all have license. So you know what I did?
Yeah.
The bank started having Saturday. They work on Saturday, and you had Monday off. So I worked Tuesday to Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I was alone on Monday in the house.
Yeah.
Everybody was gone. And I had the day to do whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
Saturday, I was at work. I couldn't do anything for them. And that's how I valued myself. I
Yeah.
set some boundaries.
Yeah. You got to
And,
create a boundary. Yeah. Boundaries is so important.
but
Yeah.
so many of us, women and even men, they don't set boundaries. They do not set boundaries. They let the whole world take a piece of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the worst place is in the house. At work, some of us might be able to stand up for ourselves, but I was famous for standing up for myself. I would just say no. Like when he insisted that I had to carry a cell phone with me every day, 24/7, I said no.
No.
I
You're
said
allowed to say no. Yeah.
yeah, I said after I take, and I said it like that to my VP. I said after my high heels leave the pavement of that parking lot and gets into my car, I am no longer on your payroll.
Yep. I'm done.
I'm done.
Just done.
So why am I carrying this thing with me? Oh well, if something happened, I said, Brinks and Loomis, the alarm people, they know how to find me on my house line.
That's
They
right.
can
Yeah.
they can continue doing that, and
Yep.
I never did. So you have to know when
Good
to
for
say no.
you. Yeah.
You have to say when to say
It,
no.
yeah. Good for you. Yeah. It's just my house too. It took me a courage. Like I just like make because if I don't cook, here you go, like there's a mother not cook on weekends, leave 8 and 12 years old, not cooking on the weekends. How bad?
I
Like I
know.
started to feel guilty,
Hmm.
and then first couple years, actually, I felt you must be so sweet.
Maybe I know. Maybe I should have some perfume. I have no perfume. That's what it is.
Oh my gosh, you're
So
sweeter without perfume, I guess.
it must be. It must
Or
be.
juicy, Tessa.
It must.
But you know what? Like I stood up for myself. I just kept just like couple years. Like, I just like, oh, maybe I should cook. But you know what? I just like, okay, I decided to stick my plan. So
No.
I'm not gonna help out. And then you know what? They started making fun of us. Me. Like, oh yeah, it's a Friday, Saturday. It's mom starvation nights, right? I just like, no, it's called survival nights. And then eventually, you know what's happened? My kids, they start learning how to cook.
Of course
because
they can
they want
cook.
to eat. Or
Yeah.
sometimes maybe, those three boys, they go out, they order pizza. I didn't say anything. It's none of my business to
No,
eat, for them to choose what to eat.
no.
I don't care. And then me, weekends, nights, I had a freedom to eat whatever I want,
Yeah,
right? Means like very Japanese food. My
yeah,
kids, my
whatever.
husband, they don't really care about traditional Japanese food. So
Hmm.
I just like, I add, how do I say, like that helped me how to be happier. Like
Yes, you are
just,
more contented. You're
yeah,
more contented. That
content and just happy.
that is why I said to you, when it comes to grandchildren, it's strictly memories.
Hmm.
Strictly memories for me. They want this, you give it to them. They want to come in the garden and eat your cucumber from the vine, knock yourself out.
Yeah,
You want to have tomatoes, have as many as you want. I
yeah.
do not care. I want when they sit, one day when life is going hard for them, when something is not suiting them, that they can sit down and say, huh, at Grammy Test, I had tomatoes to eat. At Grammy Test, I could pick the beans. At Grammy Test, I had cucumbers. Grammy Test never said no. And that's what keeps people going. That's what, when you going get tough, that's what makes you satisfied. Many people you talk to, they say, oh, my grandmother was so wonderful. I have heard it from so many people. And that's what I want. I do not want you to look at me or think about me and think I will say, no, sit down, stand up, eat that, pick it up. No, no,
I
that's your,
know. You don't wanna
no,
your grandchildren to remember,
me,
like
not,
like, yeah,
not that,
no,
not that
no.
way. You want to sit in the front seat and you are not of the right weight. So I drive in the driveway. I reverse to the bottom of the driveway. I drive up to the top of the driveway 4 times. So you can experience what it is to sit in the front seat.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I didn't go on the road. You sat in the
No,
front
it's
seat.
it's in your property, in your driveway,
Yeah, I
you
drive you
know.
up to the
Yeah.
garage door. I reverse back. I do that a few times, and now you've got your oh. And my grandson said, "Oh, so that's what it feels like up here." You know,
Experience.
yes, yes. He suddenly realized, wow. So that's what happens when you sit in the front seat. Is you don't have.
Wow.
I didn't take him on the road. I took him in the driveway. My granddaughter wanted to do it last weekend. She scrambled from her car seat, fling it, and came to the front, standing. I said, "Sit down." So she sat down,
Mm-hmm.
and her mother said, "I am getting out of this." And the mother got out, and I drove her, and I drove her back, and she goes,
Yeah.
"Yay!" You know
Yeah.
what? It doesn't matter. It, if she can remember that when the day her life is not going as planned, that might see her through that hump because it's our memories that take us
The
over the
joy
hump.
moment. That
Yes,
and like joy moment too,
yeah,
right?
yes, those
Yeah.
joyful moments, those moments of
Very
I
joyful
tried
moment.
that, I did that, and things won't bother them because they take it and they put it at the back of your mind. I can
Mm-hmm.
still do this. I have the ability to do that because I know I did it. My grandmother said it was okay. How did you learn to swim? My Grammy took me swimming. How
Mm-hmm.
did you learn to skate? My Grammy took me skating. You know, so you have to give them the choices. How did you go on to Niagara Falls and you did the mist? Because my Grammy said it was okay, so we went. You have to do those things. That brings you joy. If it doesn't bring you joy, then let it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let
That's a
it go.
great way. Yeah.
Let
That's a
it
great
go.
way. By
Because
helping. Yeah. Go ahead.
you
Oh,
are
sorry.
you are worthy. You are worthy and you have value. And you can only state you have value by expressing what you do not like. You do not like a
Yeah.
behavior of a particular. I have some people that refuse to take the vaccine. So I said, I don't want to be around you. And I said, don't come here and I won't come to you. If you cannot take the vaccine, then you do not value yourself. And most
Mm-hmm.
certainly, you do not value me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I should put up with that. There
Yeah.
is nothing you can do to tell me I should put up with somebody who doesn't care whether I get sick or not. That is
Yeah.
so wrong.
Yeah. Some
So
people,
that's,
they are afraid, oh,
well,
people are
then,
just going to react, right? But that's not, you gotta ask. You gotta ask yourself. If I say no to those people because I'm not comfortable being around them,
no,
and
you
then,
go,
yeah,
you,
so like,
e-
I'm gonna make a choice to say no, or just like, well, I don't want to make them mad, so I'll just say yes anyway. Which
No,
attitude are you gonna choose,
you have to.
right?
It has to come from who you are.
Yeah.
You have to
Knowing who you
believe.
are is,
Yeah,
yes, that's great. That's a great way. I
knowing
mean,
who
that's
you
good.
are, putting value on who you are,
Yep.
knowing
That's
that
so important.
I can do this because I think I am worthy of telling you, you an ass.
Yeah.
You do not take the vaccine. You are making my life miserable. You're scaring me. Every
I
time
don't call it that selfish,
no, every
right?
time I come away
No.
from you, I have to be sitting here going, really, honestly.
Your
No,
energies, yeah.
yeah, so you cannot do that.
No.
And that's what we have to all learn to do, is to realize I have value. My value is that I need to protect myself. And if you cannot protect yourself, that means you have no value for yourself.
Hmm.
Therefore, how can you have value for me? So
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
it's
Because
important.
what you have, yeah, you just how to reflect who you are, right? So, I mean, you can just, I kind of lost this thought,
Mhm.
but I really get it. Like, you can only give what you have inside you, too.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
it's easier for the relationship, easier for the relationship,
Yeah,
right? And because it's you, if you don't have it, what's inside you, you can't give. So why are you trying to, like, you have boundaries. You don't want people around, certain people around, because you're not comfortable. Why you let those people in? That's kind of make it, how do I say, create wrong energy to you and to them.
of course, of course. You have to realize that valuing yourself, sometimes you're going to lose
Hmm.
friends along the way.
Yeah, yeah, very much.
Sometimes you're going to lose people you care about along the way.
Yes,
But you will find people that are like you, that have the same values like you, along the same path.
yes, yeah,
So if this person does certain things that you
yep,
know for sure,
yep,
you're taking it, but you're worried. Your pressure is going up. Oh my God, every time I see these people, I am wondering whether I'll get COVID. Every time I see these people, I'm wondering what's going to happen. That's not good for you. That's not healthy. And that's what you have to take into consideration. If it's not good for you, you have to do something about it. And not saying I value in yourself is saying, you know what? No, it's not working. I'm sorry. I have to get out of this. And that's how you have, and it goes with a lot of things. A lot. It's not only, it's yourself. It's what you eat. It's how you behave, where you go, who you interact with,
yes, yes,
what toxic relationship. That person is telling you things that are not nice. That person is gossiping about other people. Do you want to sit and listen to that? All of that is value,
hmm,
because obviously, if you want to sit and listen to somebody talk about something about somebody that's so bad, and you are taking it, obviously you have no respect for you. You have no value,
that's
because
right. Yeah, you no respect yourself.
no,
That's
you're
so
not.
true.
You're not, and you're letting everybody walk all over you, and you're sitting there. I went to a New Year's party once, and I was so bored. I wanted to jump through the window. I really wanted,
That's how much you bored over there. Just like,
and I
I'm
was,
gonna jump through a window.
and we were on the main floor. It
Me.
was, I still wanted, and then
Oh
my
my
friend,
gosh.
and my girlfriend looked at me and she said to me, "Don't ever play poker because everybody knew you weren't comfortable." I said it was dumb. I said, "Who celebrates Chris and New Year's without music?"
Yeah. Oh, that's
And
very boring.
yes, and who celebrates? Tell you come, and what should I bring? Or nothing. When you come there, they have no wine. Come on, what was the damn point of me leaving my home?
Oh, no
So
wine.
no wine. And well, you said nothing. If you want me to bring wine, tell me to bring wine. So
That's, yeah. And then
luckily,
you're gonna be so happy
yes.
to bring wine, so
No,
you guys you can have a
yeah,
valuable time with your friends.
but some people didn't. So the one or two bottles we brought was gone. So it was really dumb. So that's what I am saying. We have to we speak the truth.
Yep.
If I will never ever go back there for a party. Never. Because if I cannot dance at New Year's, then so last year I stayed home. I stayed
I,
home.
you had a great time, right? I kind of remember
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yes. I
You
had
put the
I
like
put
drink, you had a
music.
drink. Yeah.
I
I
had
remember
the
you
music.
told me that.
I had the music on, I had the fire going. I prepared all sorts of things for me to eat. I had champagne, I had wine, I danced, I watched stuff, I enjoyed it. And when I
Yeah.
was done, I went to
All
sleep
by yourself.
all by myself. I had a lot of fun. I was with 12 or 20 people and I had no fun. So
I know exactly what you mean.
I
Yeah,
value my,
yeah, yeah,
no, I value myself to say, no, I'm not coming.
yeah. I was
And
talking to, yeah. Oh, sorry.
no,
But
no,
that
go.
kind of reminds me. Yesterday, one of my clients came. So I just like, it's common conversation, just like, oh, so what's your plan for a Labor Day weekend? I asked her. She said, well, I'm gonna just hang around so and so, and then I'm gonna have a party, I'm gonna do this. She was busy for Labor Day weekends. You know what? I used to think, wow, that's so nice. But myself, and she asked me, myself, I didn't envy her at all. And then she said, so what you plan for? Oh, hi, Lily. What's your plan for Labor Day weekends? So I just like, I think I'm going to hang around myself, maybe in the backyard and maybe with my wine. And that really excites me. Like, I don't right now, I made up my mind a couple years ago. Like I had the same experience. I was at some place and I feel like I want to jump out the windows too, right?
Yeah.
Just like, oh my gosh, do I have to let this conversation for 2 hours? And when I came home, I was exhausted,
Yeah,
you know?
yes. It drains
Yeah,
you.
it's not their
It
fault. I didn't value myself that moment. I should have, if I valued myself, I would have leave. I would have left, right? I
yes.
would have left, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now on, if my heart, just like, do I want to go there? And my heart is not like, like not sure. I kindly said no.
Yes, look at what Power Page said. I feel
Oh,
like
please.
since
She's my,
COVID,
my son's not boyfriend,
I,
girlfriend.
I hope so. I know that. I feel like since COVID, I've been in effect. I've really learned to be comfortable in my own presence. I have found so many more activities that I enjoy doing myself, and that's super cool.
Oh, way to go, babe. That's so good.
That is so good. That's what I mean. You do not have to be
I'm
in a
very
place
proud of
where
you.
you're
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
sometimes
Never.
I come in the backyard and I lie on the grass like this and I just let my body roll all over the grass. And that brings me more joy than sitting on somebody's living
Yeah.
room couch or somewhere.
Yeah.
And they're telling, I'm not saying you shouldn't talk about being sick. But
Hmm.
I do not think it's necessary for you to tell me all the medications you're taking every time I meet you. I am not a doctor. I'm
Hmm.
not a psychologist. I am not any of those. I can only sit and look at you.
Hmm.
And then you ask me, what am I taking? And I say nothing. I take a aspirin, I take vitamins, and then I swear. That's what I say. I say, I don't like where I am. I say, fuck this. I'm out of there.
Is that part of your vitamin?
It is. It is.
Swear.
Yes. You just say no. So I do not see it's like when somebody says, I the verdict is out on this, and I know I'm going to get shit for this. Is when somebody says you can only help people if you have struggles. It's only from your struggle. Okay. When are you going to say I had the struggle? It was similar to yours. And this is what I did to get out of the struggle. But taking that struggle and carrying it on your back for the
Hmm.
next 40 years because you want to teach from your struggle. Man, you knew what it was like when you were in the struggle. Value yourself to say, I got out of it.
Yeah.
The value is that how you manage to get out of it. So if you want to give value to somebody you're
I
coaching,
agree.
you're talking to, let them know what you did. You do not have to reiterate the whole sentence all over again. Just say, I had similar experience like yours. And then I chose to get out of it, and
Yep.
this is what I did. But every time your face goes into 12 different versions of knots and frowns everywhere where frowns shouldn't be, because you're retelling the same story, it doesn't help me.
No, it's
I,
heavy. Gets
no.
heavy and heavy, you know.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't add value to you either.
No.
The value comes to you from you saying, I did this. I learned to dance. I took salsa lessons. I started eating. I went to a psychologist. I did this. And now I can tell you, this is the path I took to get here. It wasn't easy. There were bumps in the road. There were times I just couldn't think I'd ever get over it. But here I am to tell you, yes, you can. So that is value. But I see no value in going back and forth and back and forth and telling me I'm teaching you, teach from your struggle. How long the fucking struggle gonna last?
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
that's the question. Sorry, you go.
Forever. That's okay. I love you, Tessa-Marie.
So I know I will get nonsense for that. I know that, but I don't care because
Oh.
I value myself enough that when I come to hear you, give me some reasons why I
Yeah,
should continue on my journey.
I agree. I agree because you know what yeah, like when you here to help other people, you here to serve. Why
Hmm.
you still giving to the people your rotten eggs?
That's how I look at it. I am sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't
Uh,
think anybody wants to have like rotten eggs or like you just sour wines or like just like I don't know bitter something or moldy stuff.
we have
Like you gotta give turn into something nice and like warm and juicy. So when they
yes,
eat it, it's like
yes,
warms their heart or
yes,
gives them energies.
yeah. I just moved myself again.
I know, it's son must love you. Like just oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give it this, give it son.
Yeah. No, but that's what it is. So
Yeah.
when you hear the word value yourself, it's not only by what you put on yourself, what you eat in yourself, what you've done with yourself. A lot of it has to do with how you respond to others concerning yourself.
Yeah. How
How
you respond
how
to
you
others.
respond to others concerning yourself.
That's very
And
good.
that is important because if you are lost because you are in the herd and you cannot stand out of the herd and they cannot see you, you need to get a new herd. You need to find make a path,
Yeah, but yeah.
blaze a trail, blaze
Still
a
a lot of
trail.
people they cannot get out the hurt though
I know, but
because
the
they are
blaze,
afraid of
but you
leaving or
is
they're
that
afraid of getting criticized or like
is
maybe some
yeah,
people's gonna say something.
yeah, that is true. The opinion of others though shouldn't have an effect on your behavior
What
because
is the
if
okay. So I have a question. What is from those people? There are lots of people like, you know, they can't leave the herd, but they want to leave, but they can't because they're afraid. Like maybe what is the first step they can maybe a little bit of to the door to get out of it though?
the first thing
What's your perspective? Yeah.
the first thing is to ask the question, is staying in this group, this herd, is it adding value to me?
Ask the question. Okay.
Ask the question of yourself. Then ask a second set of questions. Is staying in this herd bringing me closer to my goals, or is it taking me further away from my goals? That's your desires. Look at what
I like that. Yeah.
Look at what Kathleen said. Self-care has been bring myself across the country to see friends who we have sat up for 4 nights in a row just talking and laughing. It's been so lifting. That's self-care. I am sure when Kathleen made the decision to go across the country to go visit her girlfriends, somebody would have told her why. I am sure there's somebody that said, why are you going? Is that the best use of money or is that the best thing you should do? So you have to remember, if you are in the herd and you do not like the smell of the herd, you need to get out of the herd. You
Yep.
have to get out. When you ask yourself the question and the answer is no, it's not helping you, it's not adding value to you, then you have to say to yourself, I need to get off this herd. And you have to slowly either stay back or go ahead.
So
Very
like you're
simple.
gonna question yourself
You
first.
have to ask yourself. It
Ask
all has to
yourself.
do with self. It has nothing to do with anybody else. You have lived all your life as a child under the rules of your parents. You had to. That was how it was. As an adult, when you made the decision to be an adult, you have to say to yourself what it is I can do
Hmm.
that will help me get there. Being amongst
Yep.
these people, is that helping me to reach my goal? I love to travel. Obviously, Kathleen loves to travel. So she travels all the time.
Hmm.
So somebody will say to her, well, why do you do this? How come? And there's always a million and one questions. And what you have to say to all of these answers is because I choose to. And sometimes what I
Yeah.
say is, oh, Tessa, why did you do that? Because it was there.
Yeah.
I did
Usually
it.
answer is simple, very
Yes.
simple.
Look at what Kathleen said. They are my herd because they all clearly cleared their schedules so we can be together. I never asked or expected them to do that, but they just did. They have been giving me the most relaxing vacation ever, right? So that is what people have to understand. When you get off the herd you are in and
Yeah.
you find your real herd, you will not have any problems because you are with people of like mind. They have
Yeah.
taken it upon themselves to take care of everything for me. I couldn't love them more. Well, you found your herd. And that is why,
Congratulations,
yes, yeah,
Catherine.
and that is why we always say to each other is that you and I say that we are going on this journey and the people on this journey doesn't suit the journey. So we got off and we blazed our own trail. And when we blazed our trail, we met people that had the same attitude, beliefs, core beliefs, and values as us. And we stuck with them.
Hmm.
And that is because you can now mesh and develop and grow. But you cannot stay in a situation where there is nothing happening for you. You need to say to yourself, hell no. You have to say to yourself, enough is enough. And
Yeah.
set, and it's not easy. It's very, very
No,
scary
it's
to
like
live
very uncomfortable to begin with.
to leave
Yeah.
the herd. You are always
Super,
going to
because
say,
yeah, most people they want to go back their comfortable place.
yes, yes,
They get used to. That's how many years they had the pattern, how many years they stay there. They tend to go back, you know. So they don't want to try something
no,
uncomfortable.
they don't want to. Like, for
Do
example, you have somebody, for example, that you're in the herd, and everybody you know is in that herd.
mm,
And you've been in that herd forever. And all of a sudden you're saying, holy shit, I cannot survive here. I have to go and find the new herd. And the thought alone is debilitating because you know, oh my God,
yeah,
I cannot
you're
do this.
aware of it. Like,
I am so scared.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what happened? But you have to take the chance.
But you know
You,
what? By if you maybe by taking a chance, you starting to do it, you never know. You might help out somebody else in the herd had the same feeling.
yes, and
Yeah,
yes,
so it's that could
yeah,
happen too. Like
yeah.
when you become, that's I don't say leader, but when you're starting to have a courage to just be responsible in your life, be responsible for who you are, your action, you might encourage somebody else too.
Yes,
That's a
somebody else will
bonus.
say,
That's a
yeah,
bonus.
somebody will say, oh my goodness, you go and Tessa, oh, they left, I'm going to, because you know what,
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it and I'm afraid if they can survive, I will survive. I'll find my own herd. I'll
Hmm.
create my own trail. I will blaze my own trail. And that's what I want people to understand, that valuing yourself is being able to do what you want to do because you choose to do it and that you're not conforming because that's how it has always been. That's somebody,
Yeah.
oh, I have never traveled out of Canada. Well, that's okay for you,
Yeah.
but it's not okay for me,
Me neither.
you
No.
know. And I And I want to go to places that I haven't been before. So, for example, you wouldn't find me going back to Mexico. It does nothing for me. There's nothing new that I can see there that I will go for. I can get sand, and I can get sun somewhere else. I'll go to
Yeah,
Bali. There's sun and sun in Bali. There's some in Tahiti. So I have to go somewhere else. And that's what I'm
of
telling people.
course. Yeah, don't be afraid, and you
No.
will have a fun actually.
Yes, you have
That's
to
my
value.
experience. From my experience, like everywhere I go,
You
like
have to
I'm
value
so
yourself.
confident. Yeah, I know how to add value for myself.
Yes.
It's no matter what's happened,
Hmm.
I'm pretty confident and I
Yes.
can have fun.
And you must believe that.
Yeah,
You must believe that you can do it and you will have fun doing it. You cannot, and when you take the opportunity to say, I am worthy, I worth it, I am worthy of this. I find that is very valuable for me. I am when you have value, that means you're worthy. That means you respect you. Can you imagine you don't even respect yourself by saying something you do, by staying in a situation? How you
oh,
expect others to respect you?
just imagine, like my heart hurts. Just like, oh
Yeah.
no.
No, I am getting nothing out of it right now. So I have to say
Yeah,
no. So
yeah,
valuing yourself is another thing. Eat what you like, drink what you like, exercise. Value that you want to feel good. I want to feel good every morning.
definitely. I find it. I do. I do exercise first in the morning. Half an hour, something. I adding value to myself
Yes, you are.
by
And
seeing me having little like arms getting a little bit lean and like, ooh, I can put my jeans can I can just wear my jeans without like just kind of squeezing my belly.
you
It
know,
makes me feel good. That
it
means
does.
I am adding value to myself.
Because the value you added to yourself is that you're feeling good.
Yeah,
Like Kathleen has gone on her trip. She's feeling good. Her friends had her and giving her a good time. She's feeling good. She added value. So the airfare to get there is nothing, but the value was, and the memories for her daughter is priceless.
oh my gosh, yes.
You know, it's
You can
priceless.
priceless, and then you can still 10 years later, 20 years later, you can still enjoy tasting it by
Yeah, yeah,
looking through the pictures,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
we have friends visiting from Edmonton right now, and then we took him to Japan 7, 8 years ago. We are still talking about it.
Well, yeah,
Like, yeah, last night
yeah.
we're still talking about it. Remember we went to Japan, we did this, we ate that, and it's just like so valuable,
It
right?
is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
just money sometimes, like maybe, but you can always get the money back.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
But that day, that moment in time has passed. And that is what is the most important thing, is the
yeah,
moment in time. That is why they call it happiness. Happiness is that moment in time, and it is so fleeting. It goes
yeah,
away. You cannot pull it back on a chain and say, come back here, I missed this. You can't. So those memories, if you value yourself, you will create memories that you can look back on.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that is what is important. Valuing yourself does not only mean just, I am important, I'm going to take care of me, it's all about me. No, it's not.
That's
It's
really empty value. I'm
yes.
gonna call it
but
empty value.
but but when somebody says something to you that you do not like, or the behavior you do not like, or their attitude you do not like, or their opinion of what you're going to do you not like, you say, it's okay, it's your opinion, it has nothing
Mhm.
to do with me. You don't like me, you don't have to show up.
Yeah,
You don't want me to do this. Why? You're not paying for it. I always remembered, and I told you, somebody who said to me, oh, you could, you know what, you can cut your own grass, you do not need somebody to cut the grass for you, and you can do this, and you can save money, you could clean the house yourself and all of that. And I and then I said to her, are you done? And she said to me, what do you mean? I said, well, give me some more things you think I can do for myself that I should not hire anybody to do. Uh,
I
so
like
that
your response. I like your response, Tessa.
no, you have to let people say their thing. So she said, oh, I was just trying to tell you ways to save money. I said, listen to me. I am the one that taught you how to save money. That's my job. That's in my DNA. It's all about making money and saving money and teaching you how to live a fulfilled life in your 60s with money coming out of your head. And you want to tell me how to do it. I said, but this is what I'm going to ask you to do. In the future, when I come to you and I ask you to give me money to pay for the gardener or to pay for the cleaning lady or to pay for this or to pay for that, don't give it to me. And if you don't give it to me, then I will have to do it myself. And then she realized what I was saying to her. And she said, I didn't mean it. I said, well, then if you don't mean it, don't say it. I choose to do what I want to do, and you choose to do what you want to do. I figure I am too valuable at this age for me to be on my knees, covering a kitchen floor and pushing a lawnmower. What for? When there's people that know how to do it 10 times better than I do. So
yeah, of course, yeah, oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like somebody telling you, or you could say, oh, I think I'm going to get somebody to give me a haircut. Oh, well, you can do it yourself. Yes, I can, but I want to know what it feels like to sit in a chair and have somebody do it. So what's your point?
I
You
know.
know?
When I go back to Japan, I indulge myself to get the full service.
Yes, yes.
You know, I pay good
And
money for it, but you know what? Just like,
that's why
hey, you know.
that's why you have good money. You have good money, so you can use the good money to do the things you want to do.
Of course. You
And
know
that's
what?
what
I've been saving it because from your advice, bi-weekly for my vacation, I don't know when I can go back to Japan, right? But bi-week I've been saving. My savings has been growing.
of course.
But when I go back to Japan, I going to indulge myself,
Mm-hmm,
right? I'm
mm-hmm.
gonna enjoy. Oh my gosh, that's why this is like so valuable experiences.
It
When I get a
is.
head massage or when Todd and we eat like those kind of like, you know, Kobe beef or something
Yeah,
melt in your mouth.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Super valuable.
That is
Super
what
valuable. Yeah.
that's what is all a value in yourself. Value in yourself is doing the things you like to do and enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Enjoy doing it. Like if you like going to, when you go to Japan, you indulge in Kobe beef and something that is really delicate and delicacy, then do that.
Yeah.
And when you come back, be joyful. That is why you create a vacation account. I have a Christmas account to die for.
Mm-hmm.
But when Christmas comes, I am worse than Santa Claus. I'm completely crazy. I'm let loose because what it is, I save for that season. When it's vacation time, I cannot go on vacation, but that doesn't mean my vacation money isn't going in there. I make sure the money for my vacation is done.
Yeah.
The money for Christmas is done.
Yeah.
The money to everybody have their little account. And when the time comes, I just close my eyes and I spend it because that's what it was
Yeah.
created for.
Yeah.
And that's what people have to understand. If you value yourself enough that you do not want to sit around in December and say, no, I would love to buy a little gift for my grandson, but I have no money. I would love to do this, but I didn't save for that. Then you didn't value yourself because now
That's
you
so
are
true.
letting yourself fall down by being regretting you did not take the steps to prepare yourself for the season that you know that comes every year at the same time. What's your
Yeah.
point?
No surprise, right? Christmas comes every year. Just like there's like no
Yeah.
surprise. We'll have a Christmas this year. It's
Mhm.
coming
It's
every
like
year. It's the same day.
my sister, I have a sister-in-law, one of my brother's wives, and Christmas Eve, she doesn't drive. My brother refused to take her grocery shopping, so she calls me
Of
and she said,
course, it's Christmas Eve, right?
yes. So she
Of
said to
course.
me, can you drive me to the grocery store? I said, what are you missing? I must have what you need. She said, no, I haven't done my groceries yet. And I can hear my brother shouting in the background, do not do this. And I'm saying, no, I said, okay, what she said, I go, I pick her up. She has a list this long. I said, did you just remember that Christmas is tomorrow? Didn't you know? So, and then she doesn't want to go to one store. She has 3 stores to go to. I said,
Oh
really?
no.
And my brother is telling me, I told you not to come. So I took the list, I cut it in half, and I said, this is your half. We're going to one place. You're getting everything there,
Yeah.
because I value my time. I have to go home. I have stuff waiting to do for Christmas morning. So let's get this done. I took her to one store, and the next time I said to her, just as a joke in August, I said to her, listen, Christmas is in a few months. I hope you know that, right? So don't call me again. So because I value my time. I want my
Yeah.
time for me to do what I want to do. You know, and that's what we have to tell people over and over and over. Make sure that you realize you are a person that has value. And the more value you give to yourself, the happier you'll be, the more
Yeah.
contented you will be, and the more the people around you will feel. They'll feel
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're happy, energy, like people feel it.
They do.
Yeah.
And you value yourself, mothers, especially mothers, by taking care of your health.
Very much. I
Taking
agree.
care, because I know mothers that if I told them, oh, well, every day you should exercise and you should dance and you should sing. And if you do that, your grandchildren or your children will become millionaires. They would fall over each other to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to my friend, there is one thing I want you to do. And if you do it, your children will be so contented. You will be amazed. And what's that? I said, get up and go for a walk every day.
Yeah.
Drink more water. Make yourself happier
Healthier
every
habit.
day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she said, well, I said, well, if you had to do it so your grandson could go to university, wouldn't
That's
you do it?
right. Yeah.
And she said, yes. I said, well, try it. So she did with prod and did it. And then her grandchildren said, oh, grandma, you look so nice. You look better. You lost some weight. But I said, there you go. If you're healthy, they are happy.
Very much.
If you're not healthy, they're worried. They talk behind your back. They say, look at mama, look at mama, look at grandma, look at, you know what, I'm really worried about her. I'm really worried about mom and dad.
Yeah. Yeah. That's sad. Yeah.
That's what they do. You know, and that is what we have to remember. Valuing ourselves, especially as women, is putting value on the family nerves. They do worry about us.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Because
You
they love
know,
us.
they do. Like when my son comes, he said, hi, mom, I'm just checking in. But when he calls to check in, he's checking in on me. I have to give him a litany of what I'm doing, you know. And then he says, oh, well, mom, whatever floats your boat, bye. It's gone. I love you, though. And he goes. So, but that is how I add value, is to take
Yeah.
care of myself, that he doesn't have to sit all the way over there with this hard-pressed job he has and worry about my mother.
I know.
You know, and that's
I,
what,
I don't want to make my boys to worry about me.
no, so you have to value yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to that. So
Yeah.
we went overboard today again, as usual.
Again, we had too much time. I mean, we had too much fun. Too much time. Too much fun.
So we have to say thank you. Let's look at some of the comments. Can you look at them? We had a lot of different comments since we started. So here we go. Jenny was there. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Fallon. And women, Aman and Colin came.
Yep.
And here we go. And Dawn was here, living life after divorce, dropped in to see us.
Yep. And Paige is here.
Paige and was there with a vegan. Fallon was there. Dawn was there. Dawn told us to let these messages go to voicemail. Dawn is in Clearwater having a wonderful weekend. And she said she misses us. Christina came and dropped in. Angelina dropped in. And Aman is, and I'm lucky we meet every day. Thank you, Aman. Leslie Ann Height. And then Aman said, yes, right. That's why I don't meet people every day. My IG life is awesome. Here, everyone give me a value. How am I? You're great, Aman. There are times I let those calls go to voicemail, Don said. Let them vent and take the text. I don't know anywhere this is happening all over the world. Kathleen joined, and then M. Femi joined. That must be somebody that you know.
Yes.
And Dawn.
And Marsha joined. She's
Marsha
friend.
joined. We're heading out for the day. Love listening to you ladies. That's what Dawn said. She's going out for the day so she can go back to Knoxville. And here is Lily, your friend, and Paige.
Yeah. Hey,
I like what Paige said. I feel like since COVID, she found many things to do, and she's super cool doing it. I love that, Paige. Thank you for giving us that.
I love Paige.
And
she's so good, good to my son.
I'm sure she is. And
Yes.
Kathleen took self-care. She went to Edmonton. Your friends came from Edmonton, and Kathleen went to Edmonton.
That's
And
funny.
she said she had she's having a really nice time. Rosie
That's
Dula is
great.
here. So
Hi,
guys,
Rosie Dua.
thank you so much for
Thank you
joining
so
us
much.
today. And Yuko can go have something to eat now because she's not eating anything before Sunday self-care so she can get the energy she
Well,
needs to jump
yeah,
up and
I
down.
learned through doing Sunday self-care, like intermittent
Fast,
diet fast, right?
fasting,
So
yeah.
it's fasting. It's been helping me a lot. I had
It's a
more
way.
energy actually. Crazy
It's a way of life. It's not intermittent eating for me
eating.
is a way of life. Like
Yeah.
I drink water a lot in the morning, and I had coffee. I had a
Hmm.
collagen coffee, and then I will eat about 11. I have to go to the garden and pick a load of beans. Yuko, I wish you were here. You were closer. I would have driven the beans to you. And
Yes.
so I'm going to cook some beans and some Swiss chard, add some cayenne pepper or chili peppers to it. And that will be my lunch for today. So I think, and
Oh.
with lots of butter. Can you believe that?
Oh. Oh, you
And
get
so,
you gotta have lots of butter.
oh yeah, you
It
need
has to
butter.
be. No margarine. It has to
No,
be butter.
no. If I'm going to eat anything, it has to be something that's really good. Margarine, no,
No
I wouldn't
way.
do it.
No.
Somebody said when I put butter on hot bread, they said Tessa is putting some bread with her butter. I do not care. I love it. And then I will have cheese if I want. Maybe I'll grate some cheese over everything.
How about
Just
wine?
well, it's kind of early for the wine, but again, it's 5 o'clock in France. I should call
Yeah. Yeah.
magic. I'll call Alberto and ask Alberto, can we have wine? It's 5 o'clock in
I
France.
know. I'm sure
And
he was just like, sure.
sure, and knock
Yeah.
yourself out. So
Yes.
Yuko, everybody, we are grateful for your presence here today. Thank you for showing up.
Thank you so much for everyone.
And we will see you on the other side tomorrow morning for morning blessings at 8.
Yep.
And then tomorrow at 12, I'm having Jermaine coming from
Okay.
England because the idea of, as you know, the idea of this 12 o'clock
Yes, intrigue. Jermaine
intrigue.
is he's your nephew.
He's a personal trainer, and
Yes, yes.
he's training that guy that got shot in
Yeah.
Lebanon, and now a few weeks ago he had him on the treadmill. Although Jermaine had to hold him, but he was able to move his legs. So I want to know what intrigues because I know it's all body like
Yeah.
Tarun. So I want to know what intrigues Jermaine.
That's
And so and
interesting.
and and actually the purpose of having this 12 p.m. show is not just to have a 12 p.m. show. I made it so people like Aman, like Pallavi, like Jermaine, like Magic Alberto, like Ali, like Rusha, all these people, Tayab, coming from that part of this world, and those coming in from California who has to get up at 5 o'clock so they can see the morning blessing.
That's
So
right. It's
they get a taste of what we do, I do, and they can be alert and they can participate with what's going on that 12 o'clock show. And that's why I did it. I wanted them to be in the moment, enjoying it. And so far, it has really worked really well.
hmm
I got a lot of compliments when I did it with Belinda, yourself, and Rasmus. So I'm hoping all of them go on. And it's just something for others. We come here to serve. We come here to teach you a little bit of what we know.
Yep.
So they come on, like I know sometimes when we were doing the financial independence seminar, her father was waking her up at 4:30 a.m.
4:30. I remember that.
Yeah, for her to participate. And some of them could not keep their head. Rosie would come and say, I'm exhausted. So many people in Australia and New Zealand, everybody's telling us the same thing. So I thought, well, if we do it in the middle of the day, our time, we can reach these people in their time when they're
Yeah.
either still awake or waking or they're in the middle of the day or getting ready to really
Yeah.
face the day. So because for Californians, it's 9 a.m. And for Pallavi, it's only like 2 o'clock in the, going around into the afternoon. So
Hmm
later in their time, not our time. So that's why I wanted to do that. So
That's so
far
nice.
it's giving them something in real time, not in our time. So and everybody that's coming on, I really appreciate you guys spending the 20 minutes. You went over 20 minutes because you talk
It's
so
easy
much.
to over 20 minutes.
And so, but it was great fun. So guys,
Yes.
thank you for having us today. Thank you for coming and listening to us tell you how to value yourself. We said we had pointers on valuing yourself. And what we were just trying to say, valuing yourself does not only come from standing there and saying, I love me, I'm great, I will choose this and that. No, value yourself is knowing when it is to say no. When it is to say, I will not do this today. Or yes, I'm going to do this. Or when everybody else says no, you say yes. That's how you value yourself. By being sure of the decisions you make and knowing
Yes.
that choice I'm making today, is it going to take me closer to my goals of my
That's right.
desire, further away from my
Further.
desire? Or as when Yuko came and she said it, she said, how did you say that again? When you first came on and you said that it's not, I value myself by, you ask yourself a question. What was the question you asked yourself when you first came on?
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Well, I remember that I said you value yourself by asking the question, is this going to take me further away from my desire, that action I'm taking, or closer? And I think you said, what is the value in this for me? That's what
Mm,
you asked. What was the value? So
Thank
I
you
just,
so much for remembering. Sometimes like words, I am maybe kind of like you. Sometimes words just comes,
yeah,
like
it
just like
does. It does.
somewhere, right? So
Yeah,
because I'm into zone.
you get into the zone of it, and when you're at the time you will say something. That's why it's nice that you can, if you can remember it or somebody else can read you said,
That's right.
what I'm going to do, is it going to
Hmm.
add value to me? That was what you said, and I thought, wow, yes, it's adding value, or it's not adding value. So what do we do if something is not adding value? We have to decide.
That's
Or
right. Yeah, you gotta, yeah.
if it's taking you further away from your desire, then you have to reevaluate.
Yep. It's
I
time
want
to
to,
just say bye-bye,
yes,
time to let it go.
get off the herd, get
Yeah.
out of the herd,
Yeah.
find a new herd, find a new path.
You will
You know,
find a new herd
you will,
for
and
sure.
there's
Yeah.
always going to be people of like mind on that path, on that journey.
Yeah.
And you will make some new friends, and you'll have some different experiences. There will be
Yeah.
new experiences that will make you feel like, wow, what a choice I made today to be who I am. And that's what adding value to yourself is. That's what
Yeah.
it's all about. If you do not add value to yourself, you're saying you are not worthy of better. I am not worthy of more. I am not worthy of anything. And you let the world decide for you. Is this, you add value to yourself when you vote. You add value to yourself when you take a stand. And if you do not take action, like you add value when, a simple way of adding value is to complete the census. You are not going to stand up and be counted
Hmm.
because you're not completing the census, but you live in the world. And when you complete a census, you are letting them know the demographics of where you live. You're letting them know what kind of services they can provide in your area that you will benefit from. I always look at this world class, completely automated
Hmm.
hospital at the corner of Keel and Wilson in Toronto. Good morning, Rosie. You see, California time.
California time.
Yes, you see.
It's like
So,
7:50. Three hours behind, right?
yes,
Kind of. Yeah.
exactly. So, like when for years and years at the intersection of Jane and Finch, highly importantly, densely populated, but nobody let themselves be counted, and they would not complete the census. And
Hmm.
I remember there was a big push to let them encourage people to complete the census and adding being counted. And once they did that, today they have the biggest hospital in Ontario, all automated, state of the art hospital. They realized that the population there needed a much 4 times bigger than the hospital they had. Because for once in their life, they stood up and be counted. That was adding value to the whole entire community by filling out the census. When we do not let there's time to vote and we let somebody else make the decision of because they voted, then we have no right to speak.
Mm-hmm.
For you to add value to your community, you need to vote. You need to complete the census form. When you add value to your community, you are adding value to yourself, because if somebody is very sick at Jane and Finch, they do not have to fly them by helicopter to St. Michael's or Toronto General.
Mm-hmm.
They take them 10 minutes away. So that is adding value to you and your community. So adding
Yeah.
value to self covers a gamut of information.
My
So
gosh, yeah.
look at what Rose said. Find a new tribe or herd. Of course, you cannot stay in the old tribe if you notice
Now
everybody in
serving. Oh,
that
yeah.
tribe is not serving and they're dying. You don't have to die the death of no breath to be dead. You are dead when you stop serving. You are dead when you do not get involved in your community. You are dead when you do not vote. You are dead when you do not fill out a census form. You are dead when you're criticizing other people. You are dead when you want people to live your way. You are dead if you don't care about others. You are dead if you do not serve. So you might as well just agree. Anytime, dig your own hole and get in there because you've already dug it. You are dead when you do not help others. It's simple as that. But you are
That's it.
even more, you need to add value to yourself.
Yeah. And that way you can enjoy your life and you can have fun
Of course you can.
anytime.
So
You know,
we have 8 minutes to 11.
I am getting really hungry, so it's
I'm
time for us to eat something. Tessa has
yes.
to have a bite of fresh tomatoes and beans from her garden.
Yeah,
I,
my tomato.
you are eating. I'm jealous. All I have is just,
Drink it.
tea, just drink.
Drink it, yeah. So I'm going to have beans and tomato and onions and peppers for lunch.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
wow.
if I get curious, I will add some cheese to it, some crazy cheese. Other than that, everybody have a wonderful Sunday.
Yep.
And tomorrow I'll be on at 8. So if you're up and around, join me at 8. If you're
I'll be
not,
there.
join me at 12
Oh,
to find
maybe
out.
maybe not 8 o'clock in the morning. I have Clubhouse, but I'll be there at 12. I
But you
am
bet.
looking forward to see you and your nephew at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, what intrigues that young man? He was used to be a fabulous cricketer in England. So
Yeah.
and he hurt himself and he had to train and to heal himself and he got there. So now he's helping others and he's working
Wonderful.
with that guy from Lebanon.
Yep.
And he's not charging him. He's doing it for free. So that's an amazing thing. I'm so glad he found a way to serve because it's important. So,
Yes.
guys, have a wonderful rest of the day. And thank you for stopping by, Rosie, Rusdula, Vanessa. Oh my God, travel, training. Saniel, you know half of the people too, so you can shout up some names, Yoko,
Yeah.
Marsha, Kathleen, and Big Brother Power Page is here, Fallon is here, Lily joined us. So we had quite a sentence of people to do.
Yes.
Colleen and Amand, Dawn. Don't forget Amand, Dawn, and Leslie Ann, and everybody who joined us. Angela, Angelina, and Carol. No,
Fallon
quick.
too.
Yeah, and Christina and Dawn and
Yeah.
everybody. Thank you. And if you forgot your
Thank you
name,
so
that's because Yuko is hungry and she's pushing my hand away from the screen, living out life.
I'm jealous because you're eating tomatoes in front of me. I am
Well, I
really
never
hungry.
ended. I just go in there and I start eating them, right? So that's one of the things that I do. So I'll see you guys later. Thank
Yep.
you. Have a wonderful day. Bye,
Have a
everybody.
wonderful Sunday. Bye,
Yes,
everybody.
bye,
Off to
buddy.
church. Have a
Bye.
great day, Rosie. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Tessa.